Welcome to our second episode of Civil Services Mains Exam Current Affairs. Today's model question is, recent archaeological findings in various parts of India, from Kutch to Keeladi and Daojali Hading, are continuously reshaping our understanding of India's ancient past. Discuss how these discoveries challenge conventional narratives and contribute to a more nuanced appreciation of early Indian civilizations and their regional variations. We will discuss its model answer. We will deep dive on India's ancient past. Recent digs from Kutch in the west to Keeladi in the south and Daojali Hading in the northeast have shaken up old assumptions. Dr. Sharma, can you give us a quick overview of these sites and why they're so significant?
Absolutely. Each site represents a unique region and time period, yet all challenge the idea that early Indian civilization was a monolithic river valley story. For instance, Kutch reveals pre-Harappan settlements, Keeladi uncovers an advanced urban civilization in Tamil Nadu, and Daojali Hading offers evidence of Neolithic life in Assam. Together, they map a tapestry of diverse early cultures.
That's fascinating. So, rather than a single origin, we see multiple centers of innovation. How do these findings prompt us to rethink the classic Indus-centric narrative of Indian history?
Great question. Traditionally, textbooks focus on the Indus Valley as the cradle of South Asian civilization, but these discoveries imply parallel and sometimes interconnected trajectories. It's like realizing Europe's Renaissance wasn't just an Italian affair, other regions actively contributed in their own ways.
Let's zoom in on Kutch, Gujarat. Recent studies date human habitation here back 5,000 years before the mature Harappan phase. How does this reshape our understanding of urban evolution in India?
The Kutch findings upend the belief that urbanism arrived fully formed from outside influences. Instead, we see a gradual, locally driven adaptation to shifting ecological conditions. Early communities here experimented with resource management. Think of it as an extended R-D phase that set the stage for later urban centers like Dholavira.
So, would it be fair to compare this to Silicon Valley's early days, when local tinkerers laid foundations for later tech booms?
That's a fitting analogy. Just as early innovators in California paved the way for future breakthroughs, pre-Harappan Kutch communities likely shared knowledge of geology and water management that future Harappan urban planners capitalized on, making the region a crucial incubator rather than a passive recipient.
Switching gears to Keeladi in Tamil Nadu, this site is rewriting the story of southern India's early civilizations. What stands out to you in these latest discoveries?
Keeladi is remarkable for its evidence of a literate, urbanized Sangam Age society as early as the 6th century BCE. Artifacts like graffiti-marked pottery and terracotta pipelines indicate not only advanced urban planning, but also a culture of documentation, suggesting that writing and technological sophistication weren't confined to the north.
That challenges the old narrative of the South as a cultural periphery. Could we say Keeladi proves parallel development rather than diffusion from the north?
Absolutely. The independent emergence of urban traits in Keeladi suggests multiple developmental streams. Just as the Maya and Egyptians built pyramids independently, South India's urbanization evolved on its own terms, reinforcing the need to appreciate regional trajectories.
Finally, let's talk about Daojali Hading in Assam. Archaeologists have confirmed it was a Neolithic habitation site over 700 years ago. What does this tell us about early life in the Northeast?
Daojali Hading fills a crucial gap, showing that settled life, polished stone tools, and even early metallurgy were present far from the Gangetic Plains. This highlights the technological innovation and adaptation happening in Northeast India, often overlooked in mainstream narratives.
So it's not just that the Northeast was catching up, it was developing unique solutions to local challenges, right?
Exactly. The site's artifacts such as groundstone axes and handmade pottery show creative responses to the region's hilly terrain and monsoon climate. It's a reminder that India's ancient history is a mosaic of regional ingenuity, not a single-thread story.
Given all these discoveries, how should we rethink the broader narrative of India's ancient civilizations moving forward?
These findings compel us to move beyond river valleys and megacities, instead recognizing the coexistence of diverse, advanced cultures across varied geographies. It's like upgrading from a black and white sketch to a full-color map. The complexity and interconnectedness become vivid.
Are there broader lessons for historians and educators in how we teach India's past?
Certainly. Emphasizing regional diversity not only does justice to the data, but also encourages students to appreciate adaptation, innovation, and local agency. It prepares us to ask better questions and embrace a more inclusive, evidence-based understanding of heritage.